Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to be demonstrating how we can perform decline curve analysis within the Danomics platform. We're going to look at how we can apply an automated decline curve analysis, how we can use our type curves, and how we can use multi-segment declines. In our previous videos, we uploaded our production and well header databases. We started a new decline curve analysis project, and we generated type curves for the Turner and Niobrara formations, filtered down to the relevant well sets. If you're unsure of how to do this, go back and review our previous videos. So let's get started. So I'm going to be analyzing the Turner formation. So the first thing I want to do is I want to filter my wells down to the relevant formation of interest. And to do this, I come to the filters area and select the Turner formation. You'll notice that it now filters the wells displayed on my map, as well as the wells displayed here in the well list. If I come over to the single well graph tab and click on a well, you'll see that we have an automatic decline curve analysis that has been generated for us. In wells with long production histories, the automated DCA features are typically perform quite well. However, you can always come in and override these. For example, in this well, if I wanted to better capture the trend here from the late time data, I may decide that I want to come in and update the B factor. You'll notice that when I do this, the QI and the DI change slightly to maintain the overall goodness of fit. So although the automated decline curve functionality works well for wells that have long production histories, in wells with short production histories, there's probably not enough data to adequately constrain the fit. Let's take a look at such an example. So here, if I look at this well and I zoom to the production data, what we see is that we don't have a really good fit here to this data, and we can try declining in a number of ways, but we just can't generate a good auto fit. So this is when applying our type curve. So in this case, the type curve for our Turner formation would be appropriate. To do this, I come here to the source in our parameters, and I select the Turner type curve for both the oil and gas phases. And now we can see that the decline is based on the type curve that we generated in the previous video. Okay, so that is how we can apply both an automated fit to wells with longer production histories and a type curve generated projection for wells with shorter production histories. What about for wells with a more complex production history? Let's take a look. So here in this well, we can see that something has happened out here in its production history where both the oil and gas production dramatically increase. Let's zoom in a bit. So we see that we have a fairly consistent decline that's happening for about the first 8.5 years of history. And then we see that there's been a significant change in the production. So there are a few approaches that we could take here. We could try to only fit the late time data. We could try to make one type curve fit both of these trends. But that seems unsatisfactory. The best solution here would be to apply a multi-segment decline curve. We can do that within Danomics by right-clicking on the graph and selecting Add Segment. So once we've added a segment, we can adjust the start date for that segment by dragging and dropping the point here. So I'm going to move it out here to where we're just before this change happens. And what we can see now is we have two fits that have been generated. If we wanted to apply, for example, a type curve to that later segment, we could do that. Or if we wanted to come in and adjust the automated fit that's been generated, we could come in and do that as well. If you would like to evaluate the incremental reserves that have been generated by the activity that created this new decline, we can do that by using Danomics Uplift Analyzer. To use the Uplift Analyzer, all you need to do is you can come in and hover over different properties, and it will show you the data that's related to this. So for example, here, if I look at the the incremental oil EUR that was created by this activity, we can see that we added around 25,000 barrels of production and around 48 million scuffs of natural gas. This results in an increase in the revenue from this well of around $2.7 million related to the oil phase and a few $100,000 related to the gas phase. And now that we have done this interpretation, we could repeat this for all the wells where this is necessary. And then we'd want to save our analysis and, in many cases, download the results. And we do this by selecting File, Download Decline Curves, and we hit OK. This will start off a calculation. It'll run for just a few seconds, and then it'll download as a Excel spreadsheet. So just to review, we showed you how in wells with longer production histories, you can use the automated fit and then manually adjust that fit. In wells with shorter production histories, you can use a type curve based approach. And in wells with a complex history, you can use the multi-segment functionality to create multiple decline curves throughout its history. Okay, well, thank you for using the Danomics platform, and if you need any help performing a decline curve analysis, you can reach us at support@danomics.com. Thank you.